Well, good afternoon, folks. Thank you all for being here. Now, I'm told that we're here to do some work, so instead of just coming with my suit and my hat, wherever that is, I got my sledgehammer. What do you think, folks, huh? Ready to go? I mean, very, very seriously, it's a wonderful day. It may be rainy, but that's not going to dampen the spirit of everyone in this room. I'd like to go through a series of acknowledgments before we get started, but I do know that you understand that we're all here to do sort of an informal groundbreaking in an official way for the downtown center. And you also know that we've been working on that facility for probably 6 to 7 months, deconstructing, and the construction process began maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I'm going to guess, but we really needed to celebrate, to acknowledge the folks who helped us get to this point in time. So I will do that if you would indulge me for just a moment. We have, of course, our Board of Trustees, and I believe they are all here today. And I'm looking at them right now. If they could all, if you could stand, it would be wonderful. Trustees Osborne, our chair, Dr. Crandall, Trustee Mullally, Trustee Fry. I'm looking for Trustee Oaks, Trustee Moore, and Trustee. Oh boy, I'm totally. Who am I missing? And Trustee Oaks. Okay. And Trustee Portinga is here as well, I think. Oh, there's to my right. Outstanding. We also have our foundation board here. And so you will understand the way the college is structured. We have a governance board that leads the college. And we also have a number of other boards that provide leadership and support in a number of other ways. So if our foundation board could please rise and be recognized. Thank you all. Mary Ann Gorman, Dr. Marzak, I see you there. Our trustees as well. Thank you all as well. I'd also like to recognize our alumni board. I know there were a few members of that board who are here as well. And if our alumni board, if any members are here, if you could please rise as well and be recognized. Oh, okay. Oh, there are a couple of our members here. Outstanding. Now, before I turn it over to Dr. Crandall, I'd like to acknowledge a number of the supporters who helped us get to this point. I think you all know that this is part of a $41 million initiative and counting. We have 5 projects. This is the marquee project that you're all familiar with. A $14 million project, which includes another $3.7 million in funding that was supported by you, our public, by the state of Michigan, by the United States Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration, and the state of Michigan in multiple manners, including the legislature, and I believe we have multiple legislators here. I saw Senator Jeff Hansen. I think I see Rep. Holly Hughes right behind me. Am I missing any state representatives who may be present? I'm looking for Rep. Marcia Hubby Wright. I know she was intending to be here as well. So thank you all for being here as well, but yet just as importantly, or more importantly, in many ways, are, as I said, the community and our donors who helped us make this happen. I know we have Dick and Ann Kraft who were here, who recently donated, get this, $300,000 to support a high-speed fabrication center and device. So, Mr. and Mrs. Kraft, you know, I had no idea what a high-speed fabrication device was until a couple months ago. Understand, it's a very fast 3D printer. So that is just very cool, besides being very generous. Nick and Ashley Sarnacola, through the Next Gen Foundation, donated $200,000 for an entrepreneurism fund, which would allow one of our students each year to compete for funding to support their creating a business. And so I know that Patrick Adams is here, and I think he's in the back filming, but Patrick, if you could wave right back there. John Rooks Now, I know John was going to be here. Is John here by any chance? John, Mr. Rooks, you're in the front row. How can I miss you, sir? John, yes, sir. John, in many ways, made a lot of this happen, being one of the, arguably the most important developer in Muskegon in decades. And you see his fingerprints over everything here downtown. Actually donated the Masonic Temple to the college. And that set in motion a number of events that allowed us to bring together some of the funding that we have here to make this happen. I know Alcoa Corporation is represented here. I'm sorry, Arconic, excuse me, I was at the opening yesterday. Sorry, Trustee Mullally, an employee of Arconic. They've donated multiple funds to help us do multiple things in the facility. So thank you all, and there are many more. There are many more. Amy, you're here. Amy is the local CEO of Arconic. So thank you for being here. And twice in one day, Amy. Amy and her company, Amy Heiser and her company, donated funds to also help us help train employees in our region through an institution or initiative known as Achieving the Dream. And what that allows us to do is help not only our Arconic employees, but employees from the region understand how we may best meet the talent needs of the 21st century in West Michigan, and specifically in our service area. So thank you, Amy, for that, and it's great to see you twice in a day. So without further ado, I think I run 5 minutes, much past my 2 minutes, Dr. Crandall, so I am going to turn it over to my board chair, Dr. Don Crandall, if you could please step forward.
I've put together a few notes. Many of the things I was going to say Dale has already covered, so this is going to be a short event. Anyway, on behalf of the Muskegon Community College Board of Trustees, I welcome you to this exciting moment in history for Muskegon Community College. I want to recognize the Board of Trustees. They've all been introduced to you, but it's their leadership over the past 5 years that is instrumental in achieving this milestone for the college. But it's not only the Board of Trustees. It's also a concerted effort by not only the board, but by the president and his administrative and support staffs, by the faculty, by students' body, by representatives of the community that have supported this over the time. And it's this combination that has really led us to this place we are. The community college actually started a strategic plan several years ago, and we're in the final phases of that plan. We've just launched our new strategic plan, and we have broad representation. I think at one of the strategic planning committees this past month or so, we've had over 150 people representing the college and the community as a whole participating in that. And that's going to drive what the college does over the next 5 or 6 years. But go back 5 or 6 years, we had a strategic plan at that time, and we came up with 4 major goals that we were trying to meet. The first was develop a new science center to improve our STEM education processes. That, as you know, is up and running. We donated or dedicated that and enrolled our first class a year ago this past August, so we're in the second full year of that. That's been a really exciting program and getting a lot of tremendous feedback on how that's helped advance the STEM education for our students. The next one, obviously, is the downtown campus, where we're talking about this today. It was an interesting path to get to the downtown campus. Initially, there was some concern about separating the campus from our main campus and moving downtown, but we had a lot of input from the community telling us that they thought it was really important for the college to be downtown and help in the redevelopment and revitalization of downtown Muskegon. I think one of the biggest campaigners was the cheese lady. I think the board received about 75 or 80 personal letters from her customers encouraging us to move downtown. And we did that. And And I think fortunately for us and for the community approved a $24 million tax assessment to support all of our projects. As Dr. Nesbury mentioned, that $24 million project has now grown to about 46, and we're not quite sure where it's going to stop. So there's a huge delta in there that we've been working very hard as an institution and as a community to fill that gap. And I think that when the board initially looked at all of these projects, we thought it was going to be around a $50 million project, but we didn't think the community was willing to support that in tax revenue. So we decided to go for the 24 and then raise the other on our own, and we're in that process now. The third phase after the downtown development will be an expanded health facility. The college is committed to contribute to the health and welfare of the community, and through an educational process, we've already been involved in our nurse education, our physical therapy, lab technicians, and so forth. There's a long history. We're moving now into a more aggressive role in the community. We purchased, it was not part of the original plan, but we had an opportunity and purchased the former Y. It's now the Lakeshore Fitness Center. It's allowing us to start our fitness program early. We've had a lot of partnerships with Mercy Health to develop our new facility and strengthen our relationship with Mercy Health, and moving forward with a very strong effort by the college and Mercy Health in partnership to improve the health and welfare. And then once this downtown center is open, we move our applied technology that's currently in their location on campus. We move them here, and then we can start the renovation of the Arts and Humanities project, was the last of the 4 projects. We anticipate that the Chronicle Center will be opened, or the downtown Mesquite MCC Downtown Center, it will be known as, will be open for students the fall of next year. So we're on a very short timeline, and we're moving fast toward that. The financial support for this, for the Greater Mesquite, came from the Greater Muskegon community, State of Michigan, the federal government, several local businesses and individuals. Dr. Nesbury has highlighted those. It's really critical and important for their contribution to make this happen. MCC is pleased to be part of this downtown Muskegon revitalization. We congratulate Baker College for the very early move downtown, I think about 6 years ago, it's been almost, and we get to join them. And since we purchased the Chronicle building, we know that there's been a lot of other activity in downtown and there's been some private and public development in downtown, and we think that it's just beginning. The new center is going to be a new applied technology and entrepreneur center. We're going to be able to offer advanced applied technology in areas we've previously educated students in, but we're going to increase the curriculum, so we add several new programs. We have this new entrepreneur center, and thanks to Dick and his wife, we have a Fab Lab, which is going to allow very rapid fabrication, and we have a relationship with Massachusetts Institute of Technology, actually a worldwide network of engineers our students will be able to access through this lab on a real-time basis to help with development and so forth. So we're really excited about this. It's going to improve our ability to train local workers. We've had a long history working with industry in Muskegon, and they have been an integral part in designing this new facility, and we hope to be able to expand our role in creating jobs and increasing the skill set of the much needed workforce in Muskegon. So this is really an exciting time for us. I've made some tours of the Chronicle building, and we're making a significant effort to retain as much of the original building in the the original Chronicle building. You can look at the photos, and there are areas that most of you have never seen. They had drop ceilings hiding these beautiful hand-painted wood panels in the main room, and there are pictures of that. And if you have a chance to go through, and my conversation with the architects and with the staff is that we're doing everything we can to maintain as much of that in that initial con building as we can. So it's been an exciting time. We're just getting started. We thank you all for your participation here and your participation and support over the years. So on behalf of the MCC Board of Trustees and the entire MCC family, thank you for your continued support, and we'll see you for a grand opening in August of next year. Yeah. Dale? Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Crandall. And I should also mention there are a couple of other people I wanted to recognize. My wife, Connie, is sitting back there. I always embarrass her. Dr. Frank Marzak, one of my predecessors and a primary professional mentor, and Rep. Ed Gerlings, who I have not seen in a long time, a high school instructor and a state representative for during the time that I was originally a staffer back in 1978, when I actually had hair. So, you know, so Rep, thanks for coming. I really appreciate that. A former board member here is, and a former board member. How could I possibly forget that? But thanks for being here, Rep. Now, we also have several people who are important to the process. Dr. Crandall mentioned our staff and our faculty. Dr. Crandall also mentioned some of the folks who were helping us construct the project, I should mention. Sam Clark, who is the CEO of Clark Construction, is here, I believe, and if you could step forward, sir. I didn't see you over there. Thanks for coming. Come on up, Sam. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So here we are to celebrate this groundbreaking or drywall breaking. And as you can see, we started 3 months ago, and that's a good thing. And it might seem a little backwards, but not to me. We got a lot of work to do, and we're done. There'll be 87,000 trade hours here, and that'll be a nice boost to the economy. And during the Great Recession, we didn't really follow this order. A lot of times things got pushed out, so we're really grateful for this opportunity. I'd like to say thank you to the college and to the Board of Trustees, the Foundation Board, and everybody who put a lot of effort into making this project happen, because it truly is a special project and it means a lot of things to a lot of people. We appreciate the work and the tradespeople. It's their livelihood, and it's certainly going to be something that they'll take pride in for the rest of their lives as they talk about this with their families and they drive by it. The local community of Muskegon gets a revitalized building and jobs, which is going to be great for downtown. And the college gets a great learning space to provide the workforce of the future. So it's truly a day to celebrate. I'd also like to say a few words about our relationship with Muskegon Community College. It's truly a first-class organization, great people. It's the people that have set the stage for success so that we can do what we do. We need clients like Muskegon Community College to set that stage and form a true partnership. And it's my pleasure to be here today, and I hope to be here for many, many years to come to celebrate great days like this with the college. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Now, our next speaker is Dennis Becken. He is the CEO of C2AE, and they are leading the process in terms of architectural design. It's been an interesting process, and they've helped us, and we've learned quite a bit from the process itself. So, Dennis, if you could step forward.
All right, well, good afternoon. As Dale said, my name's Dennis Beck, and I'm one of the owners of C2AE, Architects and Engineers. I know we have several members of our team out here today. Craig Jansen, our project manager, and I think Jim Collins, our construction administrator, somewhere in the crowd. But on behalf of C2AE and Matheson Architects, our design architect, Prine and Newhoff, civil engineers for the project, and Design Smiths, our historic consultant, I want to thank President Nesberry and the College Board of Trustees for selecting us to be the design partner on this really significant project, not only for the college and the city, but really will be a lasting impact on training, employment within the region for decades to come. You know, this project from the very beginning, when we started working with the college, our focus was to really maintain the historic nature of the 1925 Muskegon Chronicle building along with the adjacent Masonic Temple. These have been important structures within the urban fabric of the city of Muskegon for many decades. We want to preserve that, but we are going to create that new entrance between the two buildings that will face Hackley Park, another important icon within the community. It's going to be a building that when we put the glass at the entrance and we take off those dark tinted windows from previous renovations, we're going to be able to see the training and the education that takes place when you pass by, and that's going to be important. There's going to be within this facility many applied technology labs, technology-rich classrooms. There are going to be a community makerspace fab lab. The students will be supported with collaboration space. The old historic lobby of the Muskegon Chronicle is being reimagined as a touchdown and social space for students and staff alike. It's really going to have a dynamic impact on this community when it's done. When you start seeing hundreds of students and faculty coming into this building every day, the impact on surrounding neighborhoods and businesses will be significant. We're confident that when this opens in 2017, you're going to see a first-class facility, one that's going to actually be a major icon again within the community. And we look forward, again, we accept this privilege that Dr. Nesberry and the college has given us, and we're very excited to be a part of it. Thank you.
And before we get to the real action here that we're about to get to, the breaking of the drywall, there are a number of organizations that I want to mention, and people by name, because without them this would not happen. Sometimes I feel like I show up, I say a few words, and then I leave and I go to the next event, but people who are actually getting this done are the people who I think deserve attention. We mentioned our faculty generally, but Tom Martin of our Applied Technology Department and Dave Stradell are primary leaders of this process on the faculty side. So guys, if you could wave so people can recognize you by hand, by name. And our two vice presidents, Teresa Sturris with Academic Affairs and Finance, and Dr. John Selman, Vice President for Student Services and Administration, who leads most of our construction projects here on campus. I mean, they are working tirelessly, and when I say day and night, we have those 11 a.m., 5:36 a.m. emails that go back and forth. It's just it's incredible. So, folks, if you could wave so people will know who you are if they don't already. And with that, I believe we are ready to do our groundbreaking or drywall breaking at this point. So, trustees, if you could join me up front. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Is there any way that I could convince our state legislators, our state reps, and state senators to step up and help us with our drywall breaking? I'm talking to you, Rep Hughes, Rep Hovey Wright, Senator Hansen, who forced me to swing it. And I didn't want to do it. Oh. Well, we have just a couple more groups to invite up. Our primary donors, Mr. Rooks, Mr. and Mrs. Kraft, Ms. Heiser. What do you think? Come on. Eric Jepson might even be out there. I don't know if he is. Come on, come on, come on. And last but not least, our faculty. Well, where's Mr. Studell? Okay. Mr. Tom Martin. Is Tom not here? Who's representing the tech department? Oh, Mr. Groner. Oh, this will be even better. Groner, where are you? Come on, Groner. Come on, Tom. All right. Well, folks, T-minus 9 months and counting. August of 2017, this building will be open. And thank you all for being here. This has been a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all today, tomorrow, and in August of 2017. Thank you much.